What's the vibes, my guy?
Pop it, beloved.
You know I had to pull up on you.
Well, pull up on me then. Let's get it.
Kwasi, what's the vibes?
What's poppin'?
I'm chilling. First and foremost, I want to thank you for letting us in your space.
100%.
I love the whole aesthetic. It's fire. Appreciate it. Candles lit. It's a vibe right now.
Yeah. I had to welcome you with the good scents and the good vibes.
Candles is really my shit. I love candles. What's your favorite scent?
I ain't gonna hold you. I am not the biggest candle person.
For real?
For real, because I grew up, like, my mom had me, like, mad scared of candles.
Wow.
Although I loved fire. I like them to, like, give a home a vibe. But I only represent my people. Like, this is my friend and my teammate and my little sis Ramsha. This is her candle. Then I got my brother Steven Othello with his Objects by SO Candle. So I'm just repping my people and, you know, getting the vibes right with them, yeah.
Well, that's fine. At least they add to the aesthetic, though.
Right. Everything is, like, homegrown, all, like, part of my, like, ecosystem, friends, family, loved ones. That's how I like to play.
Copy. Who is Kwasi?
Who is Kwasi? Damn, that's like who is Cameron back in the days when he dropped his album. Who is Kwasi? Kwasi is a African-American, literally, man. My father's from Ghana, my mother's Black American. And creative, celebrity stylist, Adidas captain of culture and experience, a brother, a friend, Harlemite, the ultimate New Yorker, kill-off season lead designer, Africanic founder, Closets with Kwasi host. Let's get it. Yeah, like, let's go. Motivator, public speaker, transformational speaker. Yeah, those are some of my titles, but at my core, I'm just a person that wants to do good for my community, do good for the world, do good by my friends, family, loved ones, and constantly be better and, you know, constantly transform into the best version of myself, to be honest, yeah.
Got it. A man of many hats.
That's the New York way. Like, we taught to, like, not necessarily hustle, but, like, you know, get it, like, go after it, you know what I'm saying? That's a part of my DNA. That's who I came up under. That's my energy, is just like to go, get it, make it happen.
So where did you grow up at?
So I grew up in Harlem, super West Harlem, Riverside Drive to be exact. Harlem is home. Harlem is, like, where my heart is. I went to school on the east side of Harlem my whole life from 1 to 12. So I have, like, the best of both worlds, everything in between. Yeah, that's where I grew up, Harlem World, USA. And
what was it like growing up in Harlem? Because for me, when somebody asks me where I'm from, I say, I wouldn't want to be from nowhere else.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's my aura. It's the attitude, it's everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's cultural too. It's just so fire. So what was it like for you growing up in Harlem?
For me, it was, growing up in Harlem was like, I had a great time. It encouraged me to be, you know, to be unique. At the same time, to aspire to be, like, everything that I was seeing. To be honest, like, growing up, I didn't really look at the drug dealers like everybody else did as inspiration. I looked at, like, the businessman. So, like, the dude that had the Jeep Wrangler with the briefcase and the suit on, like, those was my inspiration. I was like, yo, I want to be like that one day. I didn't know what they did, but I was just like, I want to be like that. So, like, and I think that's a part of me, like, growing up on Riverside and just seeing different things, and then going on the east side and seeing different things. But for me, growing up in Harlem was a great time. You know, we spoke about it earlier, from everything from MH Cookout to Harlem, the African American Day Parade to Kingdom. It was like you put on your best outfit, you know, or you get with your friends. You may see a rap battle, you may, you know, be dodging some bullets, you may, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, you're having a good time, you're with your friends, And, you know, it's just like community, it's culture, it's love, it's flyness, it's like all of the above. So Harlem for me was like, it kind of molded me in terms of like fashion and just wanting to be better and just seeing people doing stuff and being like, nah, I could do that too, you know what I'm saying? So it was extremely instrumental in like how I was raised.
So you would definitely say it had a like creative influence on you.
Oh, 1000%. Growing up in Harlem made me feel like anything is possible. Like I can do anything, like for real. Just from the cloth that we come from, like from the Diddies to the Cam'rons to the Maces. It's just like you just saw excellence and opulence constantly, and we came from like the roaring 20s or the 1920s where they was, you know, where they had on their zoot suits and they was flapper girls to like the early 90s when it was, you know, or late 90s, 2000s when it was Vansons and Pelés. It was just like the energy was always up. Like, you know what I mean? It was always up. You know, you're always looking and everything is shiny and glitz and glamour. And not to say that Harlem don't have its like parts where it's not prosperous, but even in those parts, people is showing up, showing out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it definitely added to my creativity. It made me feel like anything is possible, and it made me feel like anything is attainable. You know what I'm saying? For real, like.
It's true. I agree with that. It's like it'll be some days I'll come out the building, you'll see a rapper like Big L. I seen Big L before. You know what I'm saying? I played for Team Rock before when I was playing ball. You know what I'm saying? So Dame Dash in the gym, he chilling. Hove came to the block one time. Like stuff like that, like you said, just make you feel like you could really do whatever you want.
That's a fact.
Whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of just like people that mean something. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling, just coming and showing you like I was just like you. You know what I'm saying? I was young.
Nah, that's a fact. I went to Manhattan Center for Science and Math on the East Side, and I would be in school, and Mace used to come in my school and talk to my math teacher, Mr. Watts, because that was like, you know, when he was in school. You know what I'm saying? So like I would see Mace in the hallway, and like people used to call me Mace in school because I had waves and stuff. So I'd be like, oh shit, I'd be in school to see Mace. And then Cam went to my school too, so we would have alumni games and Cam would be playing in an alumni game. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, like stuff like that. So we rubbing shoulders and seeing people that we would see on BET and MTV, and you know what I'm saying, they made it out. And they doing good, but they still like attainable, you know what I'm saying? Tapping in, and it's just like, wow, like it's possible.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's dope.
When did you know that you wanted to be a stylist?
So I came up under Mike B. Shout out to Mike B, the fashion prince. I came up under Mike B as his intern, and when I knew I wanted to be a stylist, I was his assistant, and we did a Nike job, and it was for the 25th anniversary of the Air Force One. So we did like one day's work. We went to like Rochester Big and Tall because it was all for like Rasheed Wallace and all of these Air Force One Nike, this Nike campaign, these models and stuff. We go to Vegas. We did one day of work. We do the Nike shoot. Then after the Nike shoot, we have dinner with the execs. Big dinner, big whatever you want, just go crazy. And I get my check, like, you know, a few weeks later I get my check. My check is $3,200. So I'm like, if I made $3,200 on this job and I'm just an assistant, how much did Mike B make?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's when I knew that I could be, a stylist could be a career. Like I could have a career in styling. But I always had a passion for fashion, and from my mom, like just instilling it in me. She was always, as they say now, like doing the most. So she would like shop for me and my sister at Lord & Taylor, and you know, and she told me like her siblings would be like, why are you shopping for them at these places? And she was like, those are my kids. So she always had an energy about, you know, how we looked and how we were perceived, and that kind of stuck with me. So I was the kid, I used to wear suits to church. So, you know, the women in the church would like love on me, and I thought it was the clothes. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna wear suits. So I was the kid in kindergarten wearing suits to kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody else got on like, you know, they clothes, they jeans and everything. I had on suits. And so that was instilled in me and from my mom, and then from my sister, she instilled in me like being unique and being different. She was like, yo, don't look like nobody else. Shout out to my sister Mariama. She was like, don't look like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come, like your own unique way. And that was also like a Harlem thing too. Like you don't want to look like everybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to stand out, pop out, and have your own little energy so that people could like catch your vibe. So that Nike shoot made me know that I could have a career in styling. Like it could be profitable and I could live off of, making other people look fly.
Got it.
Yeah.
So right now you're a full-time stylist?
Yeah, full-time stylist, yeah. Key stylist. I went from the intern for Mike B, assistant to Mike B, and assistant to other stylists as well, Rachel Johnson, Crystal Streets, Wendell Askins, the list goes on and on. I got my feet wet in terms of like the whole styling community, just learning from different stylists, picking up like the do's and don'ts and just adding it to my bag of tricks. So I'll be like, I love the way they do this. I'm gonna add that to how I do things. So then I became the men's fashion stylist at BET under Texana Watts. Shout out to Texana Watts. And so I was styling Terrence J, Bow Wow, aka Shad Moss. And then when they would have like award shows, I'd be styling like 10 different, everybody from AJ to, the list goes on and on, Tigger. That was like my whole trajectory. And I started as an intern for Mike B at Bad Boy. So that was like, I like to call that my boot camp. Because it was just like, you had to be on point. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I still have a lot of those traits from my Bad Boy days to this day. It's like a lot of things like being super prepared, making sure that you have, multiple options. That boot camp really paid off for me to be like where I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Bad Boy, shout out to Diddy, shout out to Mike B, Groovy Lou, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Bad Boy family. Because if it wasn't for Mike B, I didn't even know that I could do this for real. You know what I'm saying? So, much love to him.
You work styling Diddy as well, right?
Yeah.
What was that like? What was your schedule like?
My schedule was hectic. I'm gonna be honest. So, I was interning at Bad Boy. Right? So I have to be at Puff House. This is when he had the duplex on Park Avenue. I had to be at Puff House at 7 in the morning. I was also going to school. I was going to school full-time. I was part-time night and weekend at Bloomingdale's. So I think it was like 16 or 18 hours a week. So I would do 3 days from 5:30 to 8:30 and then one weekend day at Bloomingdale's. And then I was also my tail end career at Foot Locker. So I would be like 1 day a week at Foot Locker just to keep my discount, but it was hectic. But I was young and I was just hungry, so it didn't even matter. So I look back at those days and be like, yo, how was I even like functioning? Like, to be honest, because sometimes I remember going from Bad Boy, I used to wear a suit because I had to wear a suit to work at Bloomingdale's. I had to wear a suit because I was in women's shoes. And so I have on a suit, being at Bad Boy, I'll be at Puff House, I have to show him 3 options. He'd be like, all right, I want this Playboy. He put it on, I go to his crib, go to the office. He would be doing interviews, he would change like 3 and 4 times. Then he would change again to go to the club that night or whatever he had to do. So it was just like hectic. And then I would leave there, go straight to Bloomingdale's. I remember, and I'd still be like doing plays with Mike B. Like, yo, they got this in a size 10, I'm gonna go pick it up tomorrow. In the back while I was, doing the shoe stuff. So my schedule was wild. Like, I was early 20s.
Yeah, I was about to say how
I was early 20s, still in college. I was at LIU at the time in Brooklyn, and it was just wild. Like, I look back and I'm like, how is this possible? But I was just going because I knew that there was something there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something was brewing because I was at Bad Boy, which iconic label, iconic humans, like, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on in terms of like the people that have been cut from that cloth. And then I was at Bloomingdale's just making bread. Like, I was making 10% commission. I couldn't turn that down. Because at Bad Boy, I was making $40 a week as an intern. Word, I would let it stack up and I'd be like, yo, I got $200. You know what I'm saying? It was just for like, your Metro card or whatever. But I was still hustling. I was at Foot Locker too, just getting my discount, getting a few hours here and there. But yeah, my schedule was hectic early on.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's legendary though.
That joint, I look back and I'm like, that's OD.
That's wild.
It was crazy.
Nah, that's wild. So Adidas deal that you had got,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't that through like?
Yeah, the
Right?
Adidas
So
deal.
let's talk about that.
The Adidas deal happened because of me interning at Bad Boy, like
That's
for
crazy.
real. So my life kind of revolves around like fashion, right, and like footwear. So me being an intern at Bad Boy, one of my duties was when they had videos, whether it was G-Deb, Loon, whatever was going on, I would have to do market. I would have to secure items from brands. So I would hit up Adidas and be like, yo, we need shell toes. Loon got a video coming. So I would reach out to the entertainment influencer marketing office, like, yo, we need, size 10 shell toes. Puff got a video coming up, etc. So over time, that person in entertainment influencer marketing has changed, but I maintain a relationship because from Puff, working with Mike B, he's styling Chris Brown, he's styling, every Ludacris. So I maintain those relationships. So I started training for my first marathon, actually like 2013, right? So I started training and I was influenced. My mom, she ran a marathon. She actually raced and completed a marathon when I was 5. So I seen it, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a kid on Riverside, my mother coming home from work, from Department of Health at Columbia. She coming home from work, she dropping her stuff, she getting dressed, she going to go train. And this is New York City, so I'm the man of the house. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna go with you because it's scary out there, you know what I mean? So I would go with her on my scooter and she would go train. So I seen her process, like I saw the process. Fast forward, I'm in Harlem, I'm going to the barber shop and I see Puff training for the marathon. He got the mohawk, he run the city. Yeah, I'm on 145th in Amsterdam. I'm like, yo, that's Puff. He got a whole entourage. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do that one day. So Puff and my mom really influenced me to run a marathon. So 2013, I'm like, I'm gonna run a marathon. So I started training for the marathon. I hit up Adidas. I hit up Leela. Shout out to Leela. And I'm like, I'm training for the marathon, is it possible I could get some running stuff? And she's like, sure. So she sent me a whole gang of stuff and I'm mad appreciative. So some time passes, I'm really serious about this marathon thing. So I'm training, I'm documenting it too. Like I'm running, like, what I'm saying? I'm just documenting it for myself. Like I'm trying to, sometimes when I run with the camera, I'll be amping myself up. Like, so I'm doing that, but I'm sharing it to social media. So they catching wind of it. Leela hits me up like, yo, they doing something around running in New York City. They may want you to be a part of it. So I'm like, word, I'm with it. So we have some meetings. I have meetings with like Matt Ting, and I have meetings with like Andre Pernard, and they're in Adidas in terms of like executives. So shout out to Andre, shout out to Matt Ting. So this was called Adidas Runners, and it had started in Berlin, and they were starting opening the New York City chapter, or New York City running community, and they wanted me to be a captain, and I was like, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was because of like that cross intersection between fashion, culture in terms of Harlem, and just really influencing my community. So that's literally how the deal. Everything went down. It's like because I had these relationships from an intern at Bad Boy, that's why you always got to maintain your relationships and keep good rapport, because you never know what that can, build into. But those emails as an intern, I remember sending them, transformed into me becoming, signing with Adidas and becoming the captain of culture and experience with Adidas Runners today. So I've been with the brand for 6 years. I dropped my own shoe, the AM4 Kwasi Kessie in 2018. I also redid my high school track at Manhattan Center, Thomas Jefferson track on 114th and First Avenue in 2018. And we had Ferg perform, and it was called Track for Track. It was a movie. That relationship has blossomed into so many opportunities for myself, for my friends, and also for my community. So yeah, you never know who you talking to and what opportunities could arise based off of like your relationship. So
like you said, you wouldn't know until you like have a conversation.
Fact,
I discovered you on Instagram, you know what I mean? Just seeing you from the Fit Check Fridays and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, this is fire. Because I used to do those joints like on YouTube, but I was doing like drip check.
Oh, yeah, you told me, yeah.
So I was doing drip check. And then when I seen you, I'm like, nah, this is fire. Who is this? And then I also knew through Bell Chaz, that's the homie. So that was fine. What made you start the whole Fit Check Friday? And how long you was doing it?
I started last year, and I don't remember the origins of it, but it was a way for me to showcase, number one, showcase my fits, right? Because it's like, I be going 100 miles per hour, but sometimes faster than that. So sometimes I don't document my fits. I be like, you know, that whole energy that I had from as a younger person at LIU and intern and stuff, I kind of like graduated, but I still have like, I'll be going. So I don't document everything. So it's a way for me to document my fits. But high key, low key is also a way for me to document, well, to highlight Black brands. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whether it's in my friends' brands. Right. So whether it's whether it's Belchez or it's Ramsha or it's Objects by Esso or Buy More Flowers or you know, Kwasi Paul or Africanic. It's like I be wanting to show people like how to get the fits off, how to make them ring off, but also show them like, yo, this shit is OD fly. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody could throw on all Prada or all, you know what I mean, designer, quote unquote. But it's like we got this Black luxury that we dealing with that needs to be highlighted in a certain way too. So people don't even know that they're getting all this Black luxury. They just think they're getting all this flyness. It's flyness too, but it's like I'm really doing it with intention, you know what I'm saying? To really support my friends and highlight my friends' brands. Whenever I do stuff, it's always like intentional. I'm never really doing stuff just to do it, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's my intention behind it, is like to get my fits off and also highlight these brands that I think are incredible, this Black luxury, you know?
What's some things that inspire your fits? And like, do you always stick to the script with how you dress and how you dress people? Like, what's things that inspire that?
That's a great question. Things that inspire my fits is like, my personal fits is like, I like to go to my origins. So like, whether it's, you know, Harlem energy, whether it's like, you know, West African energy, like I did a fit check and I had on a Kwasi Paul, it's called the Odyssey shirt with the Odyssey pants, and it's made in Ghana and it's yellow, it's red, you know what I'm saying? So it's really like regal, royal energy. So I like to like dig in my past and be like authentic to who I am. And also like when I style, you know, like celebrities, I like to dig into their roots. Like, yo, where you from? Like, what's your heritage? Or you from DC? Or you know what I mean? And I like to create around that. Even like when it's like an artist, I like to listen to their music and catch like words that they saying and energy, so that it's like, when I present the outfit to them, I'm presenting like a story as well that they can tell as well. You know what I'm saying? Because there's ways to tell story through wardrobe. You know what I mean? So for me, everything is like, I like to think in the mind that everything is like a movie. So like, if there were no words to this video, would they be able to tell what was going on through the clothes? You know what I'm saying? It's like a full package. You know what I mean? It's just not like, oh, this person is fly. It's like, this person is fly, and you know what I mean, there's a story behind his flyness. You know what I mean? So that's what everything be intentional and purposeful. You know what I'm saying? When I do things, it's like either the styling, the fit checks, you know, the Adidas captain of culture and experience. I'm always trying to like be intentional and be purposeful. How
do you deal with when you like when you're styling someone and you know the fit is fire, but it's just not hitting on that person? How do you deal with that?
That's a great question. So how I deal with that is that I nip that in the bud early, because I do fittings. So we'll determine like, all right, this may be a great fit, but it may not be a great fit for you. Or maybe it may not be a great fit for what we're doing at that time, you know what I mean? Whether it's red carpet or if it's a video or a photo shoot or a magazine shoot, you know what I mean? Everything has its place and its time, so it's like, all right, maybe we'll use this for something else, or you know, maybe we'll scrap it all together. But fittings alleviate a lot of like, oh, this ain't it. You know?
So with all that you do, right, who would you consider your biggest fan?
My biggest fan? Definitely my mom. My mom go crazy. I love her too, because she got the energy. Like she's so much into me. Like she'd be like, Kwasi, that's incredible. And I'd be like, word? She'd be like, yeah. And also like, to be honest, I have a great support system of friends and family that like, you know, lift me up and make, you know, tell me if I'm doing something right, if I'm doing something wrong. But my mom is definitely my biggest fan. She go ham and cheese. Like, but this has been since I was born. Cause I think like, and I think her mom, like my grandma, they saw something in me, and they was just like, cause my grandma called me her ambassador. And I was the youngest, I'm the youngest of her grandkids. And I was a kid, and she's like, you're my ambassador. You're the family ambassador. And I didn't know what she was talking about because I was a kid. But then when I looked it up, I'm like, wow, that's powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be like the representation for the family, you know what I mean? So I believe like my grandma saw something in me, my mom sees something in me, and my friends and family see something in me. And I also feel it, you know what I'm saying? So, but my biggest fan is definitely my mom. She go ham and cheese. And I love her for that. Yeah, sometimes you need somebody just to go crazy.
Yo, I swear, because I can relate. My mom, she, like you said, ham and cheese, bro. Anything I put out is like, I don't know. And it's cool because it's not just a biased opinion from her. She'll let me know if something is trash.
Yeah.
She's going to keep it tall, you get what I'm saying? But she's just very supportive, always been. You know what I'm saying? My family, I think it's also because I'm my mom's only child. I was my uncle's first niece, like, you get what I'm saying? Only niece at this point, so it's like, nah, everybody was just like so in tune, all hands on deck with me, so you get what I'm saying? So it was just, the support was crazy, and also friends is like family at this point.
Nah, that's a fact, yeah. You need those people that just like show you mad love, because being a creative is tough, being an entrepreneur is tough, it's like, you know, you're not gonna always have the best day, so like, whenever I need to like tap into some love, I'll be like, I call my mom or I'll go see her, you know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, ma. And she'll just, you know, love on me. But my biggest fan is definitely my mom, for sure.
That's right. What's some advice that you'd give a younger you?
Damn, young Kwasi? Oh, I got it. All right, some advice I would give young Kwasi. Don't be afraid. I used to grow up with a lot of fear. And like, I knew I had a gift, but I just had fear about a lot of things, and it wasn't necessary. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have just been more fearless, you know? But yeah, I would tell young Kwasi, don't be afraid of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of like opportunities, in terms of like, you know, being creative and being, you know, just go. Like, go even harder than you went before. Like, I would tell young Kwasi, don't be scared. Dead ass, don't be scared. You got this, B. Like, I would tell young Kwasi, don't be scared. You got this. Don't be fearful. You blessed, and you know what I'm saying, you will continue to be blessed. That's what I tell young Kwasi.
That's right. How do you feel about relationships? Like, just building relationships, keeping relationships. How's that?
That's one of the most important things in terms of like, in terms of life, like building relationships. Again, like my relationships via email as an intern turned into me having a deal with Adidas. You know what I'm saying? Have my own shoe, giving back to the community. So like, relationships are super important. I was talking to one of my brothers, Stephen Othello, and he was like, yo, you do a great job of maintaining relationships. I could do better, you know what I mean? And it's just like, but that's super important, you know what I mean?
How important it is for you to stay physically healthy and mentally as well?
Sheesh. It's super important because I feel like, so I'm working on The Glow. Remember Bruce Leroy? So there was a movie called, it's Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. And The Glow, I never told nobody this, but The Glow is like when your mind, body, and spirit become one. And I feel like that's a real thing. Certain people have it, right? You see them and they literally, you see their aura type shit. You're like, oh nah, that's a different type of human being. So I'm working on that, right? So with that being said, it's like, I'm always trying to tap in more. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's meditation, whether it's training for marathons, whether it's like eating healthy, positive affirmations, sleeping good, keeping positive people around me. Now life be lifing, so I ain't gonna even front like it's all gravy, but you know what I'm saying? I think that in order to combat lifing, it's like you have these processes for yourself, whether it's meditation or running or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's super important for me because with all that's going on in society and the world, it's like, I gotta stay strong. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, where we from, it's like, it's hard out here. It's rough out here. Sure. And I'm not discounting anybody's, like, what they go through, because I know it ain't no joke. You know what I mean? So I'm always, like, conscious of being mindful and making sure that, you know, I'm talking to myself in a positive way, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like just doing the things that I need to do to maintain like myself, but I'm also, again, trying to get to the glow. So, you know what I'm saying? If you see me and you see my aura, you know I'm up. You know what I'm saying? It's not about money, it's about like being like spirit up, mentally up, you know what I'm saying? Physically up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the vision always, you know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
That's why I appreciate that. Because I really be trying to tap into myself more and more. You know, you learn new things. I'm really not the same person I was last month. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I'm grateful for that. That's always the goal, to just grow, like spiritually wise, and just your mental just be on a different level. You know what I'm saying? I pray for mental stability. You lose your mind, bro.
OD.
It's a crazy thing to wait
Nah, that's
for.
a fact.
So,
and once you do that, it's hard, you know what I'm saying? And I think that there's a lot of things in life created to take us away from ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how do you tap more into yourself and, you know what I mean, and go against what has been created to take you away from yourself, you know what I mean? So it's like the simple shit, like work out, meditate, you know what I'm saying? Be with friends and family, laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's like the stuff that don't cost no money, that is just like there for you to have, is like, that's the stuff that you got to tap into in order to, you know, to realign and tap into you. You know what I mean?
So again, like I said, I appreciate you for letting us in your home.
Absolutely.
Beautiful, great convo. I appreciate you, man, for real, for real.
Thank you for pulling up on me.
You know that.
And apologies for the back and forth texting.
It's all good. It's
but
all good.
I be literally going 100 miles per hour.
It's all good.
So I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your communication. I appreciate your consistency, because you on it, and that's a testament to you, and you know how powerful you are and how strongly you feel about what you're doing. So thank you. You know what I mean? I appreciate you even, you know, and I thank you for, you know, pulling up on me, and, you know, being considered as, you know, a part of the creative. I guess I'm a part of the creative club now.
That's
I appreciate that.
It's lit.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you for pulling up.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Good.